Well, grand people, what you're saying, it is I, Diligent Fingers. Um, Welcome to the video. Um, the reason why I'm doing this video is because with it being Mental Health Week, Mental Health Awareness Week, sorry, it just got me thinking about, you know, every time this week comes around, or if it's in America, or, you know, the things that people put up, the memes, the positive posts and stuff like that. And it really got me thinking in terms of, you know, what are the most helpful ways that you can help somebody with mental health? And I can only speak from my experience. I'm not going to try and speak for anybody else's experience. I can only go by mine and go by my experience as someone that suffered from depression for a very long time, and has been, you know, getting to grips with post-traumatic stress disorder. And what I found, you know, after doing CBT therapy, after speaking to support workers, after speaking to the Samaritans a lot, a whole lot. You know, there's been a couple of calls this week already, if I'm honest. But through speaking to a lot of these people, I've found, and even speaking to other people that go through similar situations, similar things for me, similar things as me, I think the most important thing that I've found is just having someone there that wants to understand. I won't say that does understand, because understanding can only go so far unless you've gone through an experience. But just finding somebody that wants to understand and, you know, just takes the time to listen. I think that's the most valuable thing. And for anybody who has anyone who knows anybody that's going through mental health issues, or is suffering from mental health issues themselves, and, you know, feels that they want to be able to help somebody else, the best thing that anybody can do is just listen. Just take the time to listen. You don't need to try and fix the issue. You don't need to try and find the right things to say. Even just saying as simple as, you know, I don't understand, but I'm here to listen. Do you know what I mean? I'm here to just let you vent, and just get things off your chest. You know, even if it is about you, you know, one thing that I always say to people that are trying to help their friends out or other people with mental health is to not take it personally. If that person lashes out or says something that may seem hurtful to you, try not to take it personally. Especially if you've not gone through what they're going through. So if you've never dealt with PTSD or anything like that, anxiety, schizophrenia, bipolar, or anything like that, there's nothing wrong with you saying that you don't understand or you've not been through anything like that. There's nothing wrong with you saying that. There's nothing wrong with you coming from, you know, that perspective or that position. But the main thing that you can do if you are coming from that position is just to listen. If you want to be there for people that are going through mental health, a friend of yours, a family member, or anything like that, the best thing that you can do is just listen and just let them know that you are there just to listen. Because again, you don't need to try and fix anything. You don't need to try and find the right words to say or anything like that. You can only do what you can do, and there's only so much understanding that you can, you know, give, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think the problem with, you know, the outlook on mental health is, I think the problem is there's too much of a focus on trying to do the right things. As people that haven't gone through certain things, there's too much of a focus on trying to do the right things, or too much of a focus on just trying to be there and be the good person, do you know what I mean? Or find the answers, or, do you know what I mean? You know, when sometimes the best thing you can do is just be there. Do you know what I mean? There's been times where, you know, I've called upon my friends, or even the Samaritans, do you know what I mean? I've called upon my Samaritans, the Samaritans, and all I've done is just vent. I've not even let the other person get a word in edgeways. All I've done is just vent and just got everything off my chest. And what ends up helping me feel a lot better is when the other person isn't trying to fix me, when the other person isn't trying to find a solution for me to be able to go forward. I've got to find that solution. I've got to find that pathway that's going to be beneficial to me. Do you know what I mean? And because, you know, the people that you may be speaking to, because they're not there day to day, they're not there when you're at your lowest, unless you've got a partner, you know, a girlfriend, a wife, or someone that you're living with, or you're still living at home. Do you know what I mean? But no one has the ability to be completely in your head, and that's the same on both sides, you know. So the best thing that I think anybody can do is just, if you want to be there for your friends, just listen. Just know that you don't have to try and find a fix, you know what I mean? You don't have to try and find the right words to say. The best thing you can do is just listen and just be there for him. The fan on my computer's gone off. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying to find information, trying to find, you know, things that can help. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I think the main thing with mental health is, for people that suffer from mental health, the main thing that they always want is just to be acknowledged. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing that we're in a time where the discussion on mental health is no longer a taboo. It's no longer a thing that you push to the side anymore. There is a massive focus on mental health, which is great, which is amazing. But sometimes that can go overboard. You know, sometimes the spotlight can be too bright on us as sufferers of mental health, and sometimes all we want is just to be acknowledged. You know, all we want is just to be given the time to get through what we're getting through, you know. And it's not to, and I'm not saying this to make anyone feel bad or anything like that. It was mad. Not long ago on Clubhouse, I was in a room where you know, the speakers were talking about different forms of mental health and different methods that you can take in regards to supporting and being an advocate. And they were talking about toxic positivity. And that baffled me. That whole term baffled me, because in probably in everybody else's head who's watching this video right now, how can positivity be toxic, you know? And how it was explained is that, you know, sometimes, you know, someone can be so focused on being positive, it's so focused on trying to give solutions, that they end up dismissing the actual experience of the person that they're trying to help. You know, so not everybody can go to the gym, not everybody can just go for a walk, not everybody can just touch grass, not everybody always has somebody that they can turn to. You know, the common things that everybody goes to in terms of exercise, you know, fresh air and things like that. There's some people that, you know, are not able to, you know, go to be able to do those things because of the circumstances that they're in. You know, maybe the environment is too hostile. Do you know what I mean? Where there isn't a space for them to do any kind of exercise. Maybe finances are an issue, where they can't afford to sign up for a gym and things like that. You know, and sometimes when that's being overly pushed on you, or it feels like it's being overly pushed on you, it can end up having the adverse effect to what it was intended to. It can end up making someone feel down and lesser than, because they're not doing what everybody is suggesting to, or because they feel something doesn't work for them. That makes them feel like there's something even more wrong with them, because it's working for everybody else. Why is it not working for me? If you know what I'm saying. So I'm always like sort of cautious with how much I push on things, how much I'm passionate about the solutions that I want to give forward, and I'm always wary of people that are over passionate to me as well. So yeah, you know, sometimes, and again, I don't want to make people feel as if they're doing something bad, or, you know, do you know what I mean? I don't want anyone to feel guilty about this or anything like that. It's just something that I've been really thinking about, because it's something that I've had to, check for myself, being too passionate about something that I'm trying to offer to help somebody else that's going through something that I don't understand, but because it worked for me, I feel like I'm almost sure that it will work for them, when that's not always the case, and sometimes I can overstep the line, with that, using myself as an example. So yeah, man, that was all I really wanted to say, just to add to the conversation in regards to it being Mental Health Week. And you know, it's taken a long time for me to get to this stage, and with that, that's not a bad thing as well. Do you know what I mean? In the beginning, we can feel like we just want this over with. We just want the solution. We just want this over with. We just want it. Whatever's going on in our brain that's making us feel bad. Do you know what I mean? It's causing the depression, and for me, the PTSD. There was a very long period of time where I just wanted it to stop. I just wanted it to stop, and whatever anyone was whatever solutions anybody was offering to me, you know what I mean? It was hard for me to take it in, because all I could think about on my mind was, I just want this gone. I just want this gone. If there was a magical pill that I could take, or, a magical incantation that I could speak the words of, do you know what I mean, to make this PTSD and depression go away, that I just wanted it, do you know what I mean? I just wanted that, and, nothing else would be good enough. But then I had to realize that, to get through this, I have to understand it, and to understand it, I have to take the time to realize what this is, and what it is that I'm dealing with, and how I'm gonna have to deal with it in the future, you know. And whilst you're trying to deal with that, sometimes social media can bombard you with all of these solutions, all of these solutions, all of these solutions, and sometimes it can just be a bit overwhelming, and it can end up having an adverse effect. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, in regards to, Mental Health Awareness Week. I hope everybody who is struggling with their mental health, at the moment, or has been, or, do you know what I mean? I hope you are taking the time out to just focus on yourself, do you know what I mean? And take care of yourself, do you know what I mean? Try and remove all of these other pressures that you can, do you know what I mean? So then you can take the time to really get to grips with what's going on mentally, and be able to give yourself up the opportunity to be able to find what could be the right solutions for you. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard, it's easier said than done. Depending on the circumstances that you're in, it's easier said than done. Very much easier said than done. But, I've got faith in you. Whether I know you or not, I've got faith in you. Do you know what I mean? I'm on my journey as well, so you're not on your own. It is hard, it is really hard, but trust me, you're not on your own. And there really are great resources out there to be able to help you on your journey to recovery. And that, so yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week, and that, take it easy, take care of yourself, and as always, blessings to you all.